Okay, so we're gonna make some French toast. I watched a few videos today on French toast after having horrible French toast in a restaurant yesterday. So I'm gonna show you how to make the best French toast. Couple eggs, that's all. I only have 2 eggs left. So we're gonna have to do what we can with that. Now the trick is sugar. Don't be afraid of sugar. Sugar is your friend with French toast. There's almost a cup of sugar. I don't know if I'm gonna use that much. Good half a cup of sugar, white sugar. And do the same with brown sugar. Good half a cup of brown sugar. And throw some milk in there. Yeah, a cup of milk. Mix that up. Your sauce should be brown. There's no need for any vanilla. You can add some if you want. People might complain that there's way too much sugar, but don't knock it till you try it. With this French toast, you don't need any syrup. There you go. I wish I would have had more eggs. But that's all I got. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make any difference whether you have 5 or 6 eggs. Sometimes I'll make it with just a couple eggs and just a touch of milk. But I make sure that it's always brown when I'm done. You got enough brown sugar in there. Now we fired up the pan. Now your other trick is some nice fresh bread. Every other video I've seen likes to use really thick, really dry bread. They even put it in the oven and dry it out before they make it. Some leave it overnight. No, you want nice fresh bread. So I'm gonna let the pan warm up for a minute. Okay, so our pan is at medium-high heat here. Now here's the other trick. Lots of butter. Now before you soak your bread, make sure you give this a good stir as the sugar always settles to the bottom. Stick your bread in there. You don't have to let it soak. It only takes a second and she's ready. Get my butter melted here. I got it a little too high. If your butter is turning brown, you've got it too high. Now, it burns pretty easy with all the sugar in there. So if you're seeing smoke here, turn it down. A nice non-stick pan works best. This is somewhat of a non-stick cast iron pan. Probably not the best pan for this. Just make sure you've got butter. Smoking a little bit. So what I like to do is when I flip it, put some more butter on the other side. As I said, with the sugar, it sticks pretty easily. But the butter helps with the flavor. This is just too high. I think I don't like this pan. So everybody else, the way they make their French toast, it's very dry. You know, you definitely need syrup. This one you don't. I don't like the looks of this one. I think we're going to try a different frying pan. Just for the sake of the video. Yeah, I'll turn this on. Yeah, this pan just doesn't work right. So I don't suggest really using a cast iron for doing this. So as you can see, it's nice and moist. And that's what you want. You don't want a dry toast. You want it somewhat flimsy. This pan just isn't working. You know what? I'm going to put this off to the side here. Turn this there. And I'm going to try a new one. It's kind of burning on the outside there. Sorry, I don't usually make cooking videos. Butter, lots of butter. Okay, here we go. This one will turn out nice. Get that butter melted. See how the butter's not burning this time. So regardless, this one is still going to be good. If I turn it down. Okay, now this one's nice and slippery in there. It's going to be perfect. You don't want it too high that the butter is turning brown or see any smoke. And that's what was happening with this pan, because once it gets the temperature, it retains the heat, never cools off. Let's see how flimsy that is. It's nice and soft. It's perfect. Some people say if your bread's soft like that, the egg didn't cook. Well, it doesn't take and then 20 minutes to cook an egg. Eggs are usually cooked in a minute or two. Definitely cooked. Okay, so this one is starting to turn. So that's done. So that's what you want. Nice golden brown, a little bit of dark. Look at that. Soft. It's ooey gooey good. And like I say, there's no need for syrup. So if you think there's way too much sugar in here, guess what your syrup is made of? We don't need any for these. So this one should be ready to turn. Nice golden brown. Normally I use a bigger pan and I cook 3 or 4 at the same time. Really got to watch your heat. You don't want that butter to start burning. I got a little too much butter, but not really. Butter adds flavor. Now this one's cooled off a little bit here. See, it's stiffened up a little bit. It's getting crispy. So let's look at that. That's awesome. Perfect. Actually, that one turned out really well in here. It's got some nice hard crust on here, but the center nice and soft. I think that one's perfect. Tastes really good. Like I said, no need for syrup. You could put syrup on it, but you really don't need any. And I have not seen anyone ever make French toast like this anywhere. There is no restaurant that I would eat French toast at. My wife had some yesterday at the restaurant. I thought it looked so horrible, so dry. She wasn't served any syrup with it. And started eating it. We ended up, we took it home, fed it to the dogs anyway, after she ate one. So, before you cook another one, see the smoke coming out of here? No good. Wait for the pan to cool off a little bit. See the butter starting to turn brown. We don't want that. Oh. So let it cool off before you make another. Now this one here. Let's see here. So you see, I keep just kind of, it's so nice, like crispy, but yeah, very soft. Tasty, the butter, everything just flows. On this one, as it cools, again, it's starting to get crispy. It is so good. It's got that sugary crunch, but although it's not all that sweet, it doesn't taste like you're eating pure sugar. Like with the saltiness of the butter, look at that. And it's crispy on them. Yummy. Best fresh toast you'll ever have. There's not a single recipe out there I've seen come anywhere near this. I don't know where I got it. I've been making it like this since I was a kid. Anyone who's ever tried it loves it. And it's all about sugar. It's simple. Milk, eggs, brown sugar, white sugar. And I just make sure that my milk concoction here is brown. If it's not brown, you haven't put enough brown sugar. And generally, you put the same amount of white sugar as you do brown sugar. So I used to say a cup of each. A cup of white, a cup of milk, a cup of brown sugar, a cup of white sugar, 4 or 5 eggs, and it should be good. And you'll have these perfect. Look at that. As you can see, that is all crispy, and it's so juicy, soft on the inside. And the butter, that butter flavor is a must. So give it a try.